Welcome to Into the Wikiverse. I am Mike Hover, and today is January 18th. On this day in 1871, the Prussian King Wilhelm I was proclaimed emperor of the newly formed German Empire. The Franco-Prussian War united the southern German states with Prussia against France. The venue for this coronation, the Jewel of France, was now occupied by the German army, the Hall of Mirrors at the Palace of Versailles. To give us a behind-the-scenes look at the proclamation of the German Empire is the royal party planner, Oberon Hoffman.
Hello, thank you for having me. I'm Oberon Hoffman. I'm a party planner and a miracle worker for two of the generations of German Kaisers.
Being the royal party planner, this is probably one of the biggest parties you've ever thrown. Am I correct?
Yeah, most definitely one of the biggest, but I will say that it was particularly intense because of the war that had just ended, and we planned a party right by then.
Yeah, you didn't have a lot of prep time because, I mean, victory was just right around the corner.
That is right. Unfortunately, we were able to party in France where we won the war, and it made everything a lot easier for me.
Right. Losers has to buy dinner.
That's right.
So speaking of dinner, so what was on the menu? What are we talking?
Oh, we had a large dinner of the Cape Warthog. Apparently, it's from south of Africa, and we had it all shipped in time, fortunately. But there were so many; they shipped us so many that I believe I heard later that they're all gone. There's no more Cape Warthog.
Oh, you ate it to extinction.
Yes, allegedly, yes.
If you're going all out, you're going all out. What about entertainment?
Oh, well, we definitely had dancing. Wilhelm is very into dancing, of course, and the royal family is as well. And we also had something called the Magic Lantern. And it's something where you project portraits on the wall of Versailles. That's what we did. And we got to choose several portraits of Wilhelm's life and celebrate the moments.
Can you give us an example of some of the moments that were projected?
Oh, yes. I got to pick my two favorite moments that I helped commission. We have royal painters in our workers here. And the first one I picked was the first time he killed a frog as a boy.
Oh.
It's a very important time for a young Kaiser's life. And then the first time he fornicated, of course, he used a lot of artistic rendering for that one, but no one said anything about it.
Sure, yeah. So, okay, the two main pillars of a young man's life. You mentioned this is at Versailles, which is a huge, gorgeous palace that you won from the war. Like, how was it prepping that in such a short time?
Oh, well, fortunately, the French could not complain too much. We had won the war, so they were helping us party. And so one of the things that we had to do was to lock all the doors in the area so that people couldn't wander about and create bastard children. And of course, that was important for the royals.
So, fornication again.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Yeah. We like to party pretty hard, apparently.
I see. Okay.
The other thing we did was we had all the Hall of Mirrors all cleaned, and there are about 357 of the Hall of Mirrors, of the mirrors in the hallway. And it was difficult. It took 4 days because Wilhelm had said, I want you all to make sure you are repenting for your sins as you look in the mirror. And unfortunately, a lot of people got quite emotional, and we had to replace quite a few mirrors as well as clean them again because it was a mess.
A hard person to please. So you mentioned that you were a miracle worker. Listeners of the show, they love drama, they love gossip. Can you give us an example of something on that day that you were the saving grace?
Oh, yes. So the wife of Wilhelm, her name is Prinzessin Augusta Maria Luisa Katharina, and her dress was one of those that was we were very excited for. We prepared lots of time for all this dress. And unfortunately, the day of, we discovered that it had been eaten by moths and a warthog that had gotten loose, and it entirely destroyed her dress. And we had to find things in Versailles to make a new dress. So we found table linens and the curtains on the windows. Also, to make it sparkle, like lights from the chandelier, the crystals from the chandelier. So I can add seam sewing to my dress, my skill set.
And
I have no idea how it worked.
Well, it seemed to work because I'm reading right here that this was a fashion statement in Germany for many years afterwards.
Yeah, I got a lot of requests for commissions that I had to turn down.
Before we go, other than this, the fashion statement and, making sure that there's no bastard children, what was the gem of this party that you planned?
So I would say that Germans are really proud of their beer and their Brot, so the bread, and the largest Kaiser roll in Germany. We brought it to France, and it was 55 or so meters in diameter and about 190 kilos. And it was massive. You could crawl inside of it. It was wonderful.
Congratulations on a party well planned.
Thank you so much.
This has been Into the Wikiverse. Mike Hover was portrayed by himself. Follow him on Instagram and Twitter at Hoverdrive. Oberon Hoffman was portrayed by Sarah Little. Music provided by Audionautics.com, and additional sound effects and music provided by freefx.co.uk.